we're so excited about, obviously, Sex, Love, and Goop coming to Netflix pretty soon here. Talk to me a little bit about why now is the perfect time for this and how you guys are really celebrating female sexuality in a new way.
Yeah, well, I think it's just a continuation of our mission, really, which is, you know, to create a space where people can ask questions, ask harder questions, you know, really look to eliminate shame and feel better about themselves and in their bodies. And I always think that the realm of sexuality is a really interesting place to explore, like where we're holding back or where we're not being totally honest. So it was just kind of like a great time to, you know, take this to the next level.
Yeah, and we see in the trailer, I mean, you guys really go there. That's something that we know about the Goop brand via this Netflix series, which is what I love so much about it. We tend to get more comfortable with our sexuality in these conversations with age, but I'm curious to know for you, has that always been a thing? Have you always been open and very comfortable and confident talking about this stuff, or was it something you grew into?
Yeah, I would say no, not at all. You know, it's definitely something that I grew into in terms of, you know, really trying to understand what are the things that are blocking me from being fully myself, you know, whether it's in the realm of sexuality or anything else. And so I think you're right that it is something that comes with age. You sort of start to give yourself permission in a lot of ways to really be more honest with yourself.
And the tools, the techniques that we're going to see explored, how many of these have you tried yourself? What is maybe, I don't want to say the wildest, but what are we going to see here that maybe we haven't wrapped our minds around before?
Well, I think that I think within the context of what these couples, these incredibly brave couples are trying to do, which is really bring them together or unearth, you know, where they're not being honest with themselves, like, there are definitely a bunch of things that we see that are pretty surprising, I would say. But I think within the context of, you know, as I said, what they're trying to do, it makes a lot of sense. And I think so it's less shocking. But there are things that are, I think will, you know, raise an eyebrow or two, probably.
Okay, so you know I got to follow up on that eyebrow. What shocked you the most? Give me a little tease. I know you can't give too much away, but what surprised you the most?
You know, I think what surprised me the most in the best way was watching one of the couples, a woman named Erica, really start to give herself permission to understand who she was as a sexual woman. And the power and acceptance that I saw come through that. I just thought it was a really powerful moment in the show, watching her decide not to be embarrassed and to embrace who she actually was as a sexual person.
How important is that for you? I mean, obviously you've got this amazing lifestyle brand, but when you get to see in real time the lives that you're changing, right? The women that you're empowering, what does that mean to you?
It means everything. I cry, you know, it's like, because you know, it's moments like that where our mission is really coming to life, which is to help people, you know, find things and ways and tools to really optimize their lives and and the way that they regard themselves. So whenever anybody comes up to me, you know, whether it's like, hey, I love this recipe, or a life-changing moment like that, I always feel very grateful.
Yeah. And how many of these takeaways are we taking home? Like, where are you like, hello, family, gather around?
All of them. We're taking them all home, putting them into practice.
So I'm curious to know, obviously with the kids, like, are you just the queen of the birds and the bees talk, or are they like, Mom, we get it, Goop?
No, I do not do that. They're full teenagers. They do not want to talk about sex with their mother whatsoever.
I feel you. Now, obviously, we're here at HQ, right? Goop has so many amazing products to age gracefully. You've talked about the fact that at a certain point, you soar off injectables for the time being, right? So I want to know, one, are we still on that train? And two, when it comes to these products that you all create, are there any that are your favorites, your go-tos, something that we can turn to?
Yes, absolutely. So Yeah, I haven't been, I've been laying off the fillers since I had a bad experience, but I do believe in Xeomin, which is like a good wrinkle treatment. It's a purified one. You can look into it. You don't need anything though, don't worry.
Okay.
So I believe
I'll
in
get
like
ahead of the curve though. I can, you know.
No, not even close. But I believe in a multi-pronged approach, right? So I want to age gracefully, but I don't want to look crazy. You know, I want to embrace myself as I age and the wisdom that I hopefully will be bringing forward, and I want to feel good. So for me, it's like, it's a mix of a bunch of things. It's a lot of, you know, I meditate every morning with my husband. I try to, you know, I walk or exercise every day, even if it's just a 15-minute walk to get oxygen, and, you know, try to eat good food and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay, all right. Any go-tos that are your favorites outside of the aging gracefully? You guys have so many products. What are you using right now? What are you?
I literally am like a Goop obsessive because I think our products are so incredible, and we work so hard to make them really differentiated, and there's a ton of clinical trials behind everything, and it's also clean, so it's very rare. So I'm very proud of our things. I have a double subscription for our Goop Jeans face oil because I use it all the time. The lip balm I'm obsessed with.
Wait, Gwyneth, I'm just, you have a double subscription,
yes.
which means, did you go and like sign up for
yes.
your own? I love that you subscribe.
Totally.
I just imagine the boss just being like, I'll take this and this and this.
No, I pay for everything.
I love it. I love it. Okay, double subscription.
Double subscription. I love our salt scrub shampoo, our scalp scrub. I mean, everything we make is amazing. Our vitamin C serum is amazing. Everything.
Okay. I'm gonna have to
stand
get
by
some
it
things.
all.
I love it. I love it. You posted Apple for National Daughters Day. You were around her age when your first film came out, written and directed by your father. Hi. What do you remember most about that time, about creating that movie?
It was a TV show, actually.
Oh, excuse me.
No, not at all. He gave me a little part in this pilot that he was working on, which did not get picked up, and which was total nepotism, by the way. But I remember being so excited and trying to understand film acting, because I'd done a lot of plays as a kid, but it was so different with a camera there. And I was just so excited because I got to miss certain days of senior year to do this TV show. So it was very exciting.
I'm right there with you. Yes. And at 17 years old, what advice would you wish you could have given yourself? Maybe something that you've given your daughter that you wish someone had told you.
I think, you know, I read this quote once that said something like, parents these days will do literally anything for their kids except let them be who they actually are. And it really stuck with me because I thought, you know, we think we're going, oh my gosh, like if you just do this, or if you're this way or that way, life is going to be kinder to you, or doors will open for you. But a lot of times we don't just pull back and let who they actually are emerge and like be very accepting of that. So I wish that had been the case when I was a kid. And I think going forward, like in terms of parenting, it's something that I always try to go back to.
Yeah, what a gift to give your children. I think we all can relate to that, absolutely. Before I let you go, Y2K, it's making a comeback. So I just need to really quickly, we just need to get into this iconic moment.
It's a good one.
What do you remember most about this red velvet blazer, the head to toe look? I mean, you were doing this before anybody was doing this.
I just remember, so this was like when Tom Ford took over Gucci, and it was like the biggest thing that had happened to the 90s. And
in addition to Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, God. And these were like before the days of stylists or anything, so I just liked it, and I asked if I was like, I'm going to the MTV Movie Awards, can I borrow the, you know, I used to like get the books of the runway shows, and so I asked if I could borrow that, and there it goes.
And there it was.
There it was.
I'm into this Chuck moment. There's nothing I love more than a Converse. What do you remember about this night, putting this look together?
I don't remember where I was going, but that's another Gucci shirt. I remember that. And then I'm not sure what the skirt was, but I thought.
It was cute.
Yeah.
Cute.
You know, it's like the 90s, I guess I was, you know, it was my thing.
Yeah.
It was working out.
And we've got this one. This might be my favorite. It's such a big night. This was Shakespeare in Love, yeah?
That's right. That was a premiere of Shakespeare in Love in New York City. And I had actually worn that in a photo shoot a few weeks before, and I was like, do you think I can borrow this for the premiere?
Yeah.
So they sent it to me.
I love how casual the 90s were when it came to these looks you were serving.
You know, we hadn't had this big confluence of like fashion and film yet. It was, you know, people wore sort of an Armani suit to the Oscars and stuff like that. So this all came a little bit later, and late 90s,
Well, you've been giving us the fashion since day one. Now you're giving us all the goods, the Goop goods. We're so excited for this new experiment, this new project on Netflix. So we'll certainly be tuned in. Gwyneth,
Thank you so much.